This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back. You take the blue pill. The story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill. You stay in Wonderland. And I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. Remember, all I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
How Satan's doctrine of the world is removing people from God's order. Woken Red Pill here, brand new video, brand new topic for today. Let me know what your thoughts are. Share the video, like the video, and please feel free to comment down below and let me know what you think. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the video. So, just got off from work. The same thing is always going to be the same. Everywhere you go, there's always going to be good and evil being done. And the eyes of the world is going to always continue to see that type of behavior. That type of behavior is always going to be the eyes of the world. The eyes of the world is basically the people of the world. We see what we see. We see what we also choose to see. And the things that we see, in many cases, it's not in our control to see it. It's not in our control to see sin, but we see it. It's all around us. A lot of people has a sense of immorality to have some self-control and understand to the fact that they know and understand what they do in the end of the day, good or evil, there reaps rewards and it also reaps consequences. I'm using the thumbnail in the video and the image to show you this is how the world looks. It's like a huge cesspool. And what I mean by cesspool is that it's like a bowl of soup. You have the chicken, you have the rotten fish, you have the rotten eggs, the eggs that are no good. You never know what you're going to get. It's like you're being blindfolded and you're handed a box. And in that box, you have to pick the good and evil deeds of the world. And all those good and evil deeds belong to different people. The choices that we make are all by a free will. Okay? When God created good, he knew evil would come from the good because of all the selfishness of power and over the world itself. That comes with greed. That comes with killing one another for someone else's girl, killing a man over another woman, committing sin, fornication, all of these things. And of course, there's many people that are going to pick and choose what they want to pick on from the Bible. For those of you who wants to try to change your life, it's understandable. There's a struggle in each and every one of us. I'm no perfect person either. I'm not a perfect person. I'm not here to be like a saint and preach and make it seem like I'm this best guy. I'm not. I'm no better either. Everyone's journey to God is different. Rather, you want to choose to put that commitment into your life and with your time or not. People has a choice of what they want to do with their time in the end of the day. Now, the eyes and sin of the world is out of feeding your flesh based off the things that you think might satisfy you, but in long term it doesn't. That's why you find a lot of people with all the money in the world, the things that they wanted to chase so much, they find out that this is not really what I wanted. This is not fulfilling me on the inside. Why do I feel like this? OnlyFans, people are still talking about women. No one's not really improving themselves. And the videos that talks about the truth doesn't get much attention. There's times that I felt like just giving up and be like, you know what, I'm done. I quit. There's no point in making videos like that, because in the end of the day, I know many people are not going to listen. But I'm gonna keep doing what I choose to do, what I know it is right, and not let the things and selfishness of the world be the reason for my own downfall. Because the devil knows how to hit your rocks hard with negative thoughts. You out of anger, you feed your flesh on the things that you know is no good, but then you get angry when you can't have it. That's like another man wanting a woman who's a prostitute or a whore, and he knows that, yet he gets frustrated and pissed off because he can't change her and he can't have her, yet he knows deep down that he can't really have her. In the end of the day, he just believes in an illusion that he can have her. You see what I'm talking about? How Satan's doctrine written in the world how it's removing people from God's order is because there's a lot of chaos around us and people are not really questioning that at all. A lot of churches are closing down. Many things that was religious back then is not religious like that anymore. If you're religious, you're seen as a weirdo. Something's wrong if you believe in God. What was once evil is now good, and what's good is evil. Hollywood is also pushing this type of agenda where they're making the villains and the bad guys look like the good guys, and the good guys be the bad guys. You see where people say screw the police, but then at the same time, those type of people that doesn't want nothing to do with the cops or don't trust the cops, those are the same people that they heavily depend on to save their life, to save them when they're in a time of need, when their life depends on it. I'm not telling anyone to not trust the system. Of course, a lot of things of the world is brought up like a business. It's like a business transaction. It's a never-ending flowing economy that is in order. During this pandemic, I opened my eyes and a lot more and actually realized when there's no order in the home, a lot of things never works. A lot of things does not work. This is why a lot of people, as I said in a couple of my last videos, there's a lot of men and women that heavily gets disappointed and angry. They want to blame themselves, but other than blaming themselves, in a lot of cases, they want to blame the person for their failure. They want to blame the person that doesn't want nothing to do with them, especially when they get rejected. They get pissed off. They curse you out. They want to call you all type of names out of anger, out of hate, because they don't want to accept the fact that they need to hold themselves accountable for their own actions. There's a lack of accountability. A lot of people are not responsible like that, not even taking care of their own kids. I know a few people who has over 7, 8, 9 different baby moms, who slept with over 30 women, 40, 50, 100. And you can see the darkness in their eyes, that they are not happy. There's no satisfaction from that at the end of the day. It's like you're chasing after something, but you don't know what it is. But you try to find it in other people. And when you can't find it in anyone, the real problem is you, because what you're searching for is what women are giving to you. People will treat you how you treat yourself. And in most cases, this is facts. You believe yourself to be a whoremonger or a whore, and you want to screw around with everyone, then people are going to feel the same way and screw with you. They're going to give you what you want, because that's how your own reflection is treated, because this is what you're looking for. So this is how you feel about yourself. That self-respect, that self-gratitude and things like that, all these things is not being taught for women anymore. You don't see it. They're pushing more dating site ads. They're pushing more sites about hooking up. Even Netflix series and shows are showing teenagers that as young as 14, 15 years old already having sex, being raped, doing drugs. And this is what you call a life? People look at me weird and think I'm old school, and I'm only 27 years old. I had a couple of my coworkers told me this. They're like, no. I had a couple of coworkers that they assumed just because you're a certain age, then you're old school. I have nephews who are as young as 16, 15 years old, and they consider 26 or 27 old. The mindset and the things that I see of this generation is lost. A lot of people are just trying to hop on the bandwagon and follow the things of the world heavy. The social programming is hard. The hypnosis is hard on a lot of people because as young as a child grows up, bear in mind, they're the easiest to manipulate and indoctrinate and even condition a lot of bad behaviors that they don't realize that once they get older, they take those bad behaviors with them and they subconsciously pick up bad behaviors from other people, and with no sense of any respect or immorality, they may think that all the things that are bad is actually being good. It's actually helping them. But when they reap the consequences, they get pissed off. That makes no sense. You're having hate over the hate that you are also practicing. Fighting fire with fire will only get people more burnt than what they already are. The more you're burning yourself, the more you're going to be hurting yourself. And there's actually people out there that's not even used to people being good to them, so they treat good people like crap. As I said, I'm not a perfect person. There's a lot of things that we all did that was hurtful to one another, but we know deep down from that type of guilt, we know that it's wrong. We know when to be apologetic and actually have feelings to actually say, you know what, let me be a man about this, a man about my word, and actually apologize and be forward and move on with my life so the other person can move on with their life. You never know what type of people you're hurting or the type of people that you're putting down. Those same people could end up being a sociopath, a psychopath. They could even try to end up murdering you or your kids or anybody. This world is sick with a lot of twisted people that does not care. And I'm being honest. There's a lot of sick and crazy people out there. Protect yourself. Do what you must do. Are you going to choose and hold on to a lot of the things of the world, the lust, the flesh? Feeding your flesh is not going to get you very far. It'll take you down to the STD clinic to get yourself checked out many times. Who wants to go through that? Who wants to worry about the last person that they slept with? If I'm pregnant by this guy, did I catch something by this guy? Who wants to worry about that? Oh, do you consent? Many people also likes the fact of being married, but they don't also want to put in the same work to continue keeping that marriage. A lot of women has that mindset. I hear a lot of people talking. They like the glitter, they like the gold, but they don't want to put in the work to obtain that type of gold that they want. It's only the gold that selfishly satisfy themselves. I've seen posts where women say stuff like, "Oh, his money is my money, my money is my money." But when another man says it, it's chaos. It's crap. He gets crapped on. Many posts I've been seeing lately, we're not moving anywhere, and we're already in 2020, and half the year is already gone. Half the year of 2020 is already gone. We're in a quarantine, and I honestly thought that this quarantine was a curse and a blessing at the same time. It's a curse that people are dying, and a lot of people lost their jobs and that are heavily affected by that, of course. But I thought it was also a blessing to wake a lot of people up. But it actually made things worse because now more people are more conditioned to be stuck on their cell phones and on the social media, to heavily depend on it, to actually make it seem like this is their life. This is part of their universe. They're connected to softwares, engineering, technology. And of course, a lot of people like Bill Gates And tech companies are going to heavily take advantage of that opportunity to introduce a lot of tech like VRs, robots, AIs, to actually say, hey, look, you know this is cool. You know you're into technology. This is going to make us a lot of money. And we don't care if you sell your soul to this or not. This will be part of your life to condition you to actually accept this type of behavior and forget about God altogether. The only thing that's going to be left of the world is chaos and destruction, and that's about it. People may say that we're in the end times. This world may be transitioning, and I don't know what's going to happen years from now. If they're already predicting that this could go on for a few years, this new norm is actually scary. We're prisoners in our own homes, in our own country that we grew up in, we lived in, wherever you are. And you want to call this life? Going on OnlyFans and being a predator, being entitled to other men's money, and you're thinking that that's a life? To use people, expect people to pay for your lifestyle that you didn't do nothing to deserve? People think when they get so comfortable in the zone that they're at, that's all they got to offer. That's the thing that I'm talking about of the world. You get addicted to the wrong things. You lose yourself, and then when you lose yourself, you turn to drugs, to forget about your problems, and you turn to the things that makes you feel good temporarily. But that's temporarily, and the more you take it, the more it's going to be damaging you and not anybody else. That's why there's a lot of suicide rates increasing, a lot of death rates, cancer, a lot of diseases, people dying of heart attacks because they lost themselves. This is where the world is going. The lost generation. People that does not know what to do. They don't know what to question. They don't know to even question if there's a God out there. But when God existence is within all of us, when we do good and evil, the same things people wouldn't want to do unto them, they will do to others. But when it's done to them, they complain and scream and ask why did this happen to them? But yet they don't question the fact that, is there a God out there? Karma exists by the hands of God. You reap what you sow. You believe in that, practice your word, and put that into your lifestyle also. That whole religion, man-made crap, I don't believe in that. I believe in being holy and the word of God in the Bible and the scriptures. That's all I gotta say. These times is getting a lot worse. There's a lot of criminals and sociopaths and psychopaths that's already taken advantage of this quarantine, because a lot of the cops and investigators out there is not going to be paying attention to the crime rates like that at all, especially in major cities. It may be getting better, but it's getting a lot worse because many people are not going out like that. A lot of people's shifts are being cut to save a lot of money. God forbid if there's a food shortage and there's no food at all one day. Look at all the videos that's happening online, all the things that's trending. It's chaos. It's nothing but chaos. It's nothing but chaos. I'd rather save my soul, pray, than pray to the saneness and things of the world. Because the things of the world is not going to save me at all. We were born naked, and off naked we will go once our lives are done. Many people are not going to care. You got to think about yourself in the end of the day. Do what you must do. Because you already know people that are lost and heavily conditioned and brought up to the things of the world that they heavily depend on to think that this is their life. You could find value with yourself by God, by knowing to the fact that God is the one that brought life to you and he could take it away. He just wants you to seek him. Satan is the one that deceives. God doesn't. He gave us a free will. That's why a lot of people get wrong and don't understand the blessings that they have it could be taken away with a blink of an eye. A lot of people are not awake. So if they're not awake, you wake up yourself. Wake yourself up before it's too late. Pray every day, prepare yourself. Let it not be next year or next week. Always prepare yourself every day. And I wish for the best for everyone in this world. Anyways, this is Walking Red Put Her. Peace out. Let me know what you think.